It's heartbreaking to see a lot of us or a lot of people, internationally qualified nurses, wanting to have a greener pasture in New Zealand, putting everything on the line, leaving all their stable jobs, uprooting for their lives, spending huge amount of money, and only ending up in the limbo, jobless and uncertain of the future. Based on reality, a person applied for 300 jobs, ending up not even securing a position. It's too much. Like the financial stress, the emotional stress, and of course the uncertainty of things. If you're gonna be in this position, what will you do? For those who haven't met me yet, my name is Ati Aima, and I'm a registered nurse in the Philippines, New Zealand, and Australia. Today, we're going to deep dive in a very important and timely topic. Is it still worth it to do your nursing career in New Zealand? So, what does it mean? Does it mean that nurses in New Zealand is overly saturated now? I know a lot of you who are watching this video. You might have a mom, a dad, brother, sister, or relatives that already did their competency assessment program or their CAP and still wondering if it's still worth it. According to the recent data, there are more than 7,000 people who are training to be nurses in New Zealand, and 535 of them just finished their exams last month. So, with all the figures that I've mentioned, do you think all of them can actually land a job of being a nurse in New Zealand? So, what does it mean? Does it really mean that there is an overly saturated population of nurses in New Zealand? Or maybe there is no allocated budget for the healthcare workers there? You can see that there is a huge gap between the supply of nurses and the demand of it. Because of it, there's a lot of graduates, both local and international, are already thinking, rethinking if it's still worth it to pursue the nursing career. Now, the big question is it still worth it to be a RN in New Zealand? New Zealand still remains one of the most beautiful countries in the world, with a high standard of living and healthcare system that is one of the best. For many, the opportunity to live and work in New Zealand to provide a better life for their families and to be part of the healthcare system that values quality care is worth the initial struggles. Now, you must be thinking, is it still gonna be worth it to invest a huge amount of money for your nursing career, sort out your competency assessment program, and be qualified in New Zealand? I know there's gonna be a huge uncertainty of job prospects, but here's the thing. You must look on the long-term outlook. Talking about long term, you know that New Zealand is into professional growth opportunities. Once you're inside the system, there are countless avenues for specialization and advancement trainings. So, New Zealand is known for its commitment to continuing education and professional development. So, yes, while the road of becoming a registered nurse in New Zealand may be rocky, the rewards is so substantial. Now, if we're talking about financial returns, I know the initial investment is so daunting. You know why? Because I also did the competency assessment program for 4 weeks in New Zealand. And actually, I have a video. I have the cost and timeline of my cap experience in New Zealand. And yes, I know it's really financially draining. Yes. All the hard work, expenses, uncertainty, financially and emotionally. Do you think is it still worth it to pursue the path or maybe try to consider another option like New Zealand as a stepping stone going to Australia, where in Australia the job market is more promising for nurses. So, if you come to think of it and research thoroughly and see how you go. Both New Zealand and Australia offer great opportunities for nurses. The decision really comes down to what's more important for you. Is it the high salary and more dynamic job market in Australia? Or is it the balance, lifestyle, and sense of community that New Zealand have? Both paths have their pros and cons, so it's up to you to weigh them carefully. So, if you're already in the process of deciding whether you already have your cap letter or you're eligible for the new pathway, take your time. When I say take your time, it means that make sure that you know that you're going to make the right decision and you know that you have calculated the risk of probably staying in New Zealand for a while until you find a job or maybe going back to the country where you came from or you did your nurse profession. Research thoroughly, talk to people who have been through it. I myself have been through it, and for me, I honestly, what I did was I was lucky enough that I still have a job that I can come back after doing the cap. So I just took a leave at work for 4 weeks, and then by the moment that I came back here in Australia, I have a job which can still support me, and I can still manage to pay all my bills. Got back on my feet because I mean, let's be real, it's a lot of money to spend. Yeah. So with that being said, weigh all the factors. If you can, write down everything you need to, the pros, the cons, advantage, disadvantages, and all the things that you consider in your life before making the big step. Make sure that the path you choose should align with your values, your goals, and the lifestyle that you want to build for yourself and for your family. So, if you're still thinking of becoming a registered nurse in New Zealand, take a deep breath, do your research, and make the decision that's right for you. So, for all my co nurses, the decision is yours. It's not easy to invest all your hard work money, time, maybe time without your family with you, and all your efforts to be a registered nurse doing their cap in New Zealand, especially with this current situation. But you need to ask yourself, is it going to be worth it for you? Is it going to be beneficial for long term? Will you take the risk and hope for the best? Or will you consider other pathways? Or maybe trying to move to Australia after doing their cap? If you ask me, it's all about what you value more. the experience, the opportunity, and the certainty. And if you're going to ask me again, now, we'll just save it for the next video. And then if you like what you watched today or tonight or whichever time zone you're using, please like, share, and spread the word. And then this is Ati Aima. Thank you for watching.